What is the hello world of game dev? If you're not familiar with what hello world means, it is typically the first thing you're taught how to do when you're learning how to code. Hi, my name is Ale, and I'm someone that's wanted to be a game dev their whole life. I love video games and have way too many ideas that I want to turn into a reality. I wanted to create something like this for a long time, both game dev and YouTube videos, documented it, more to keep myself honest for the progress I want to make and the person I want to become. But there's a lot of challenges in that way. I lack a lot of typical game dev experience, if typical game dev experience exists. While I do come from a STEM background, none of that is computer science. I've actually only taken one coding course ever. It was Java, and that was a while back, so I'm rusty. So what is the hello world of game dev? In my opinion, the first thing you should make as a game dev, or soon to be game dev, is Pong. A classic game with a lot to teach you. You can learn how to move objects with user inputs. You can learn an engine with a very simple game. You can keep track of scores through variables that dynamically change based off of game events, like scoring. You can reset the ball after scoring. And with all these features, where do you stop? One of the things you'll hear a lot in game dev is scope creep. When do you stop adding features? And even with a game like Pong that's existed for a long time now, there's a lot to do. There's a whole rabbit hole of features you can add. There's sound, music, you can add menus, change your whole UI. Do you make Pong in 2D, 3D? What kind of visual effects or mutators do you add? And even looking on Steam, there's a ton of different iterations of Pong that are interesting, unique, and new, and kind of refreshing. There's a lot to learn from Pong. Speaking of learning, let's say you're excited to become a game dev. You're ready, you want to make Pong, you're listening to my advice, but you don't know how to code, or you're kind of intimidated by what a game engine is and how to use all these strange UIs. One of the places to start is Codecademy. It is just a website I use that I had a good experience with. They have free and paid versions of different languages you can learn, and they have really good lessons there. So if you're scared to code, this is a good place to start and see if it's for you. The second is Unity Learn. Unity Learn is a sort of tutorial series, videos with accompanying write-ups that walk you through making your first games and prototypes. It's a really fun and I think helpful way to learn how to use a game engine. You got to remember that game engines are tools, and you have to find the best one for the job you want to do. Be really careful with tutorials, right? Despite my recommendation of Unity Learn, you need to learn why or how these games are made, right? Not just following a step-by-step, because ideally no one's made the game you want to make. And you're going to have a good foundation to be able to build up to that point. So what's next? Well, consistency. If you don't know what game you're going to make next, that's okay, but begin looking at the sources of inspiration around you and what games you like to play. There's a lot of valuable information out there, and you want to be a game dev for a reason, right? The important thing is give yourself motivation, get motivation from others and other things in media, and push yourself, but don't forget to give yourself some grace. It's okay to fail or get stuck, but the important thing is to start learning from it. So start working towards being the person you want to be. It's never too late. Thank you for sticking around and hearing me talk about the start of my journey. And hopefully that's gotten you thinking about the start of yours or continuing yours. If you like my content, then please keep an eye out for my next video. Until next time, take it easy.